over the world that we have reactions from world leaders. The U.S. President Joe Biden said, in a world of constant change, the Queen was a steadying presence and a source of comfort and pride for generations of British people, including many who have never known their country without her. Then we also have a statement from the Russian president who said that rightfully people enjoy the love and respect of the British monarch. It's been on and on and on and on from one world leader to another. And in Nigeria, you just listened before I came on, you just listened to the voice of our former Commonwealth Secretary General, Emeka Nyaku, who was also giving us his experience when he was the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. And we will also listen to some other things that he has to say. Please stay tuned.
Question and are critical of established status quo. But by and large, the British population still believe in the relevance of their monarch, because you say that globally speaking, republicanism exists in more countries than not. That is true. But every country has its own special constitution and special character. The character of the British people is to have the monarch as the symbol of their unity, the symbol of their identity as a country. And that is not going to change in the foreseeable future, because politicians have their role to play in the United Kingdom, but in terms of representing the country, being a symbol of the country, I don't think that any British politician would ever assume that responsibility, because the British politics is played on the platforms of several political parties, and it's not likely that you will get a leader from a political party who would be universally accepted as a symbol of the nation in UK. And that's why in a number of Commonwealth countries, I think about 16 of them, still find value in retaining the British monarch as their head of state. So I would say that the future of the monarchy in UK is assured. I was in UK in June for the celebration of the Platinum Jubilee. And it was most impressive. The people who voluntarily organized street parties and all over the country. The country was celebrating her Platinum Jubilee, her 70 years on the throne, and there was no sign of a dissenting or critical voice. So I would say that the position, the place of the monarch in UK is assured for the foreseeable future.
You're listening to Emeka Nyaku, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, still talking about the demise of Queen Elizabeth II. The news of her death is still reverberating across the globe, with leaders talking about the lives and times of her reign. 70 years on the throne. She ended up as the longest serving United Kingdom's monarch in history. It's still a special edition on the lives and times of Queen Elizabeth II on Citizen FM 93.7. We still have a lot for you. Just stay tuned. Don't go away. Let's still listen to Emeka Nyaku.
Personal relationship with Commonwealth heads of government. And I would expect that King Charles III would embark on nurturing his relations with Commonwealth heads of government and will in due course earn their respect and admiration in the same way as the Queen had. But of course, the Queen is a different human being from King Charles III. The Queen was a particularly warm and humorous and serious character. I believe that King Charles III has the same attributes and will over time use the same attributes in nurturing relationship with Commonwealth heads of government, and will, like the Queen, I believe, like to visit Commonwealth countries. The Queen had the remarkable record of having visited all the 54 Commonwealth countries that there were during my time as Secretary General. She was able to visit all the 54 member countries of the Commonwealth. I'm sure that King Charles III would want to do the same and will need to do the same over the long period that I expect, God willing, he will reign in the United Kingdom.
Yes, that was Chief Emeka Nyoku, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, still talking about the future of the United Kingdom after the reign of Queen Elizabeth. Let's also listen to a short reaction from Nigeria's High Commissioner to United Kingdom, Ambassador Sarafatu Tunji Ishola, talking about the lives and times of Queen Elizabeth.
The level of the government of Nigeria and Britain. The Green Work Project is about ensuring that the certification in Nigeria is brought to a level that we will have more of greens. The Queen is very much interested in the challenges that we have at the Chad Basin, which is one of the issues that is responsible for the insecurity that we have in the country right now. Nigeria will pursue that as well. The Queen is also interested in British-Nigerian relations, given the fact that after Brexit in Africa, we are the largest economy and the most populous black nation in the world. So the issue of Nigeria is really of interest. And if you look within the context of British companies in Nigeria, the Queen takes interest in our economic development as well.
This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
You're still listening to Citizen FM 93.7, and you just listen also to Ambassador Sarafa Tunji Ishola speaking on the lives and times of Queen Elizabeth. Ambassador Ishola is Nigeria's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Let's continue to listen to him.
Thank you very much. This is a very challenging question because when the Prime Minister took office on Tuesday, after a visit to the Balmoral, where the Queen appointed her, she appointed her ministers the following day, Wednesday, and the tradition is for the ministers to engage with the Queen. But unfortunately, the Queen was not able to or perform that engagement on account of doctor's advice. So it's the first challenge. And given the kind of challenges that we had in Britain the couple of months back, leading to the resignation and exit of the Prime Minister, and as the new administration is just getting into office, having not settled down, a British monarch with an encyclopedia operating within the context of 70 years is gone. And you're going to enter, the monarchy also will enter into another transition period that is quite challenging. But one thing that we must appreciate is that this is Britain. The institutions here have been built to sustain this kind of challenges. So I have no doubt in my mind that these built-up institutions, the Buckingham Palace has been strengthened. And don't forget that for quite a while, the Queen has delegated a lot of functions to King Charles IV, obviously in preparation as the next in throne. And not only that, yes, we will also have some quite positive challenges because the heir apparent now is Prince Williams, and that means he will be able to connect with his generation. And you and I know that all over the world we live in now, engagement of that generation really matter. So the peace, tranquility, and development of any country. So
that's Nigeria's High Commissioner to Britain, Ambassador Ishola, giving his thoughts on the demise of Queen Elizabeth II. Let's go back to Chief Emeka Nyaku, still on the demise of Queen Elizabeth.
Was when India and Pakistan decided on attaining their independence to remain members of the Commonwealth, and they had their Republican heads of state, and the Republicanism was reconciled then with Commonwealth membership, and that has remained. So it really no longer matters at all whether a country is a Republican country with a Republican head of state or not. They're all members of the Commonwealth, and I would think that as far as the Commonwealth is concerned, that will not matter. But as far as the position of the monarchy in UK is concerned, UK is not alone. I can see a country like Japan, for example, ceasing to be a country with a monarchy. Japan, like the United Kingdom, reveres its monarchy and will, I believe, remain so. And even in Europe, I think that a country like Spain will remain, and some of the Scandinavian countries will remain monarchical countries. And so it depends on each country expecting its own constitutional arrangement and adopting its own constitutional arrangement. And for countries that have thrived on retaining their monarchy, many of them will continue to do so.
Yes, Chief Emeka Nyaku there, talking about the monarchy in the United Kingdom and what lies ahead for that institution. And there are still stories trailing this incident. We also understand that yesterday it was reported that the son of the late Queen Elizabeth II, that's Prince Charles, who is now known as King Charles III of England, the former Prince of Wales, is expected to address the bereaved nation as the world mourns the death of Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth's children, alongside Prince Williams and Prince Harry, had kept the company of the late Queen after doctors expressed worrying concern over her health. And following the Queen's death, Britain and Commonwealth realms will witness a 10-day period of mourning as millions of our subjects in the United Kingdom and abroad mourn our passing. So that's stories that are still coming in from yesterday. Let's go back to Chief Emeka Anyako.
Duties and official engagements playing that role, but retaining the title of King's Consort.
Okay, we will also listen to Nigeria's former Foreign Affairs Minister, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, who also gave his reactions on the news of the demise of Queen Elizabeth II.
When beggars die, no comets are seen. But the heavens proclaim the death of princes. I'm not surprised that for the past 24 hours, the world has stood still in terms of concentration on the life and times of Queen Elizabeth II. And without one sounding, well, shall one say fetish or religious, I'm not even surprised that over Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and Balmoral Castle, there was a rainbow when her death was announced. So the heavens were actually proclaiming the death of Queen Elizabeth II. I first saw her, I didn't say meet her, I first saw her in 1956 when, as Princess Elizabeth, she came on an official visit to Nigeria, and I was one of the secondary school kids in my khaki shorts lined up waving the Union Jack flags. And later on, of course, as Director General and I, we went for a conference at Chatham House in London, and we were taken to Buckingham Palace along with other delegates and met her. I mean, she went around shaking hands, with all of us. Then as a minister, I met her 3 times, and a little conversation, usually asking about one's health, asking about one's impression of Britain, and what have you. And then after I ceased being minister, I met her twice, and I must say, and I'm not blushing, but I made a fool of myself on one of those occasions. It was a Sunday, and we had gone to the Windsor Castle Chapel to join her in service. And the tradition was usually after service, we come out first, and then when she comes out, she would then go around on her right shaking hands, and Prince Philip will go on the left circle shaking hands. And when she got to me, remember, you're not supposed to talk to the Queen. She talks to you. And if she then asks you a question, you can give her a reply. So when she got to me, she said, "And what do you do?" Honestly, I told her the truth. I said I was writing my memoirs. Her head went back. She burst into this laughter. Your memoirs? And then she called out Philip, and then she walked away. And I wanted to say to her, Your Majesty, I have met you 3 times as a foreign minister, and this and this and these are things which I have done. But she took one look at my face, thought I was 38 or 40 years old, and it was like, what has he done? That is, writing his memoirs. But it was true. I was writing my memoirs up till today. When I remember the episode, I kind of shudder. But so those are really mine. I then met her a few times after that, usually under the either a conference or whatever it is we are doing. I have a lot. I heard what Ms. Abiola said in your earlier program. I also have a lot of affection for Her late Majesty. She was everybody's auntie. I think that her role in managing the transition of the empire into the Commonwealth must not be understated. Let me give one illustration. At the time when she got onto the throne, and in the 50s, there was racial discrimination all over the world, and some of it had sexual overtones. And then she went to Ghana. Nkrumah was in power. She went to Ghana on a state visit, and she danced with Kwame Nkrumah. I'm not sure whether it was a waltz they did or it was high life that they were dancing to. And Prince Philip was dancing with, I don't think Nkrumah was married at that time. It could have been the wife of maybe the Ghanaian Chief Justice. And this picture went all over the world.
Yes, that was Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, former Foreign Affairs Minister for Nigeria, talking about his personal experience with Queen Elizabeth on several occasions that he met her in the course of his official duty. You are listening to Citizen FM 93.7, and we are still on the special edition of the demise of Queen Elizabeth II and the global reactions that have trailed her death. We will continue in a moment. Please don't go away.
The nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Yeah. Citizen FM, Citizen FM.
Citizens Tech Talk with Mina, bringing you news updates on digital technology around us, discussing the latest developments and how technology can enrich you and make your life more exciting. Citizens Tech Talk with Mina, welcome to our world of technology. Every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 12. Citizens Tech Talk with Mina, expanding our global reach through technology.
50 years done work on Nigeria still they can't fail. We go better, Nigeria still they can't fail. We no break, we no scatter, Nigeria still they can't fail. We done better, Nigeria still they can't fail. Where are the Igbos, Hausas and Yorubas? Make we come together, cause we be brothers. Forget the language, cause we resemble, oh. Make we live as one, oh, and celebrate. 60 years done work on Nigeria still they can't fail. We go better, Nigeria still they can't fail. We no break, we no scatter, Nigeria still they can't fail. We done better, Nigeria still they can't fail. We go better,
our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. May we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shiki. Citizen FM, Citizen FM.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's a special edition of the Queen Elizabeth transition on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umoite. Before we round off, let's listen to the concluding part of that interview with Nigeria's High Commissioner to Great Britain, Ambassador Ishola.
And people. The figurehead of.
And I mean, the law profession yesterday automatically all the Queen's Counsel attained the title of King's Counsel, and the court of the High Commissioners in London as ambassadors and High Commissioners of the King's Court, not to the King's Court, not ambassador to the Queen again. So to Her Majesty the Queen will be ambassador to His Majesty the King. So these are things that will change, but I must tell you that this kind of thing happened over 70 years ago, and none of the actors are present, so I'm sure they will just take time to look at some of the challenges. The world itself is dynamic. Some of these traditions that have to be tinkered a bit.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who's on the line, please?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Gostin calling from Jura.
Okay.
I want to find out because there is this Akwa Ibom, this Calabar program always run by 10. So I don't know if it's still not running again or what happened.
Oh, no, I think I think there's a mix-up. There is no program like that that runs by 10 in the morning on Citizen FM. Maybe you can.
No, every Friday. I know. I do call with this number. Then we talk. We use language and talk. It's every Friday by 10 a.m.
I think there's a mix-up. On Fridays 10 a.m. we have Diplomatic Hour with Uwe Lakemfa. Oh, you know what? Maybe you can call us after this program, and then I will give you the relevant information.
Okay. Like what time?
Just call back in the next 10 minutes.
13 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes.
Wait 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
The King. So these are things that will change, but I must tell you that this kind of thing happened over 70 years ago, and none of the actors are present, so I'm sure they will just take time to look at some of the challenges. The world itself is dynamic. Some of these traditions that have to be tinkered a bit to fine-tune it with modern challenges.
That's Nigeria's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Ishola. We will have more from him by 12 o'clock. We will speak to him live during the noon news. So just stay tuned and listen to Citizen FM 93.7. Well, that's the package for this special edition. We will have more on the lives and times of Queen Elizabeth in our subsequent programs and news bulletins. Please stay tuned as you listen to Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umoite. Please do have a beautiful day ahead.
This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Top Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
That when beggars die, no comets are seen. But the heavens proclaim the death of princes. I'm not surprised that for the past 24 hours, the world has stood still in terms of concentration on the life and times of Queen Elizabeth II. And without one sounding, well, I won't say fetish or religious, I'm not even surprised that over Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle and Balmoral Castle, there was a rainbow when her death was announced. So the heavens were actually proclaiming the death of Queen Elizabeth II. I first saw her, I didn't say meet her, I first saw her in 1956 when, as Princess Elizabeth, she came on an official visit to Nigeria, and I was one of the secondary school kids in my khaki shorts, lined up waving the Union Jack flags. And later on, of course, as Director General,
this is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Top Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
It's 11 a.m.
Time for news on the hour.
A very good morning to you and welcome to Citizen FM's News on the Hour. The federal government has threatened to blacklist insurance company handling the accounts of civil servants for non-settlement of their death benefits. The head of civil service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemi Esan, made this known at a meeting with officials of the group life insurance policy for federal civil servants. In a statement by the Deputy Director of Communications for the Office of the Head of Service, Mohammed Ahmed, Yemi Esson explained disappointment on the issue of non-payment of insurance benefits, adding that the dead can no longer defend themselves, but the insurance officials have to do the needful. She also said that the meeting with the insurance officers became necessary to bridge the gap between the underwriters and brokers, as the Office of the Head of Civil Service is set to blacklist the insurance firms if commensurate response is not provided. The Director General, National Teachers Institute, Professor Musa Mutasfir, has called on the federal government to sanction illegal teacher training institutions in the country. He made the call on Friday in Abuja on the sidelines of the 2022 nationwide capacity building teacher training workshop organized by the institute. He decried many unauthorized organizations that have hijacked the training of teachers at the expense of mandated and professional institutions in the country. He thanked the federal and state governments as well as development partners for their contributions to teachers' training in the country. The World Health Organization says Nigeria currently has the highest monkeypox death toll and confirmed cases in Africa. The organization's regional director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, made this known during a virtual press briefing. Moeti said the majority of monkeypox cases are in Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ghana. She said that there are now 524 confirmed cases and 12 deaths across 11 African countries. Moeti said the majority of the cases are in Nigeria. And of the 12 deaths, 6 occurred in Nigeria, 4 in Ghana, and 2 in the Central African Republic. Now on to the foreign scene. King Charles III is today addressing his mourning subjects on the first full day of his new reign as the British monarch. King Charles has returned to London from Balmoral, where his mother, the Queen of England, died peacefully after a year-long period of ill health and decline, as she was about to celebrate a record-breaking reign of 70 years. King Charles said in a statement that during the period of mourning and change, the royal family will be comforted and sustained by the knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was widely held. Now on to the sports scene. Outgoing president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, has charged frontline candidates of this month's NFF presidential elections to conduct a rank-and-free, exemplary electionary campaign as they seek leadership of the highest football administration seat in Nigeria. Pinnick, who met with Barrister Shey Akinwumi, Malam Shehu Diko, and Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gasau, who have all obtained forms to contest the NFF presidency at September 30, 2022. NFF elective congress slated for Benin City, Edo State. He urged them to seek for votes in the most decent and respectable manner and not invoke the spirit of violence in the race. Pinnick said he has no special candidate for the presidential election. And that was Citizen FM's News on the Hour, as compiled by Lawrence Umoete. I am Philomena Okolo. Thank you for listening. Please stay tuned to Citizen FM 93.